everyone, this is Ekon here from the Foundation server, coming back to you with another STFC episode, this time on G4 ships and Armadas. So what does it all mean? How does it all fit together? Well, I'm trying to avoid talking about the Galaxy Research tab because I know every content creator out there is going to be discussing that for days to come, or maybe even weeks. What I do want to say is that the G4 Uncommon and Rare has been basically just come back in force in all over the Galaxy tabs, and that kind of spurred me on to realize, the MO or method of operation for Scopely has been releasing things slowly in stages. G4 ships are not an exception. Armadas is not an exception. We know they started kind of coding back on it a few months ago, so it's definitely due for release sometime soon. Exactly when, we don't know. I think when they're kind of safe and happy with it, obviously, and it's been tested to some degree. We also know that Armadas is probably not going to come in full force in terms of PvP and everything. It's just too much. Things have been released, events slowly. You can see Swarm events have been 1, 2, 3 events. Same with every other event. Basically, it's been kind of staged just to make sure that things are kind of safe and tweaked as they go along. The game mechanics have to work, everything has to work. So what does it all mean? Well, it actually really starts with G4 ships. So let me walk you through it. I know you've been waiting to see this. This is all pre-merger, but you can see already that there's the common ships. You've got the Orion Warbarge and the Planet or whatever it is. You can definitely send me a voice memo, let me know what that is, how we really say it. You can see that Agora stayed the same, so it's a grade 3 ship. Epic. That didn't exactly happen everywhere. I think Scopely wanted to keep the Enterprise in the game, you can't have it without it. So Enterprise, as you can see here, used to be a grade 4. That was the most epic class you can possibly reach, but it was kept by abandoning G4 and going into make it as a G3 epic ship. You can see the Newton, the Kelvin, the Hector, which is the Klingon epic ship. So you can see here everything has really, it's probably going to stay the same and maybe change to some degree. Like the Mayflower used to be a common G3, or I think an uncommon G3, but now it's obviously made it up a step, a level down rather. So this is definitely exciting because you can see the ships coming out. This is all, based without research or anything, so it's going to be so much more powerful. You can see the Shran there, which used to be on Twitter feed. I know that it's been kind of leaked a little bit here and there. The H-class freighter, which is absolutely, 284 right out the bag. That's absolutely amazing. Who knows what that'll upgrade to be. And you can see the Katinga, which is the uncommon ship for Klingons, as well as the Rare, which is the Coronaru. So these are some incredibly powerful ships, and you're going to have to mix them in with Armadas and really understand Armadas to really see how the big picture really fits, how Armadas and Bookmarks and server mergers, as well as the G4 material, which we're seeing in the G4 uncommons and rares in the Galaxy tab now, how it all fits in. So let me walk you through that, and let me walk you through what I believe is going to happen with Armadas. So Armadas has been coming soon for a very long time, probably a year and a half or so, and there's been a lot of gossip about it and how it works. They did stop to do the merger from beta days and go, Scopely bought DigPRM and all that kind of stuff happened. So what we're really seeing now is a resurgence, and we know that they're just a few months away from releasing this. I suspect that there's going to be one of two things, or maybe a staged approach where PvE and then PvP. And what do I really mean by that? Let me walk you through it, but I'm pretty confident that that'll be the case because we've been talking to devs and chats and things all over, people with and without NDAs, and it's just been a mixed bag of all the information just, coming in through maybe over a year and a half, that's for sure. But what it really means is there's been a lot of missions that people are completely unable to achieve, right? So when you look at any of these, which pretty basic returns, it makes absolutely no sense that not a single player or not many players can actually hit a Romulan battleship of 2.4 million. That's really difficult. So, that would effectively destroy all 4 ships if you had 4 really good ships. So there's 2 things that we believe is going to happen. The first is that you're going to be able to borrow ships. You put them up to be able to be borrowed, and they go into a pool and you can borrow those ships so that you can go out there and effectively complete missions or do what you need. So go out there in full force as an armada. I don't know if that'll be like a single unit made of multiple ships, or you're just going to be able to borrow that ship to effectively control on your own. So that's the first idea, is that you're going to be able to do that so you can complete some of these missions. I don't know if there's going to be a range difference or a cap, like one ship per person that you can borrow. Can you borrow multiple ships? Can you borrow more than 4, more than the amount of docks that you have? I'm not exactly sure, but that is definitely a possibility. The second thing that we believe might be happening is that you're going to be able to pull them all into effectively one army, as you see in like Game of Thrones Conquest and all these other games, where you effectively have and that's what I was saying before, is one unit that is comprised of several ships, so that if you're going to go raid a base, for example, you're not just attacking with one ship, but you're attacking with multiple ships sequentially, or maybe simultaneously. So what that means is, rather than me attacking with this one ship and then a Saladin and then something else, you're effectively attacking with all of them. I don't know what that means in terms of miners, or if you'll even be able to put up miners in Armadas. I don't think you will be, because that would mean that you can attack with a full force of like God knows how many miners and steal like 100 billion in resources from someone if they were caught out. So I don't suspect that that's going to be an option. So that is effectively the kind of the dynamics and everything that we know about Armadas so far, for you to be able to prepare yourself in any way you can. Now, obviously, this this is all kind of again, putting the pieces together. We've seen G4 elements here, uncommon, rare. You have to buy packs for most of them, but we know that G4 is available in deep space and high-end systems. So this is all effectively coming together with G4 ships, with these and other factions that I believe were gone, and they might be making a resurgence from Ferengi, Bajor, and everything else. Hopefully the Borg make it into the game at some point. Combine that with the possible server mergers and transfers that are coming up, which has been officially announced. I think you'll be able to transfer accounts, but as well as merging some servers that are a little bit on the slow side, as well as bookmarking your favorite areas. It's definitely going to make for a very exciting 2019.